On this episode of Simply, we are ringing in the new year with a look back at our favorite places. We're starting off with a trip to the spectacular ice castles. Then we'll cruise down to your favorite Fall River icons. Let's grab a drink at Providence's first legal distillery since Prohibition. And then we're making an all-time favorite recipe from Chef Nick Rabar. Simply Southern New England is brought to you by Harbor One Bank. With you in banking and life.
Happy New Year! We made it. This is Simply Southern New England, and I'm your host, Becky Gibble. And on today's episode, we're going to revisit some of our favorite moments from the past year. So buckle up. It's going to be a heck of a ride. Welcome back. One of the first places we visited last year was a winter wonderland known as Ice Castles, and we're happy to report they're back for another season of magic. Let's hit the road to Woodstock, New Hampshire.
So the Ice Castle is a winter attraction that is kind of a winter wonderland for others to come and explore. We start the planning throughout the summer as far as the layout and the design. And then in October, we bring in a big build crew. We start laying out all the electric and the plumbing for the lights that are all buried into the ice, as well as all the sprinkler heads to build the castle itself. So it starts early on in the summer. We start the build phase starting in the fall. And then once it gets cold, usually around Thanksgiving, the 1st of December, then we can turn the water on and start building the castle. This year with COVID, we've opened up the courtyards to be larger. In the past, you came into the castle, then there's a perimeter wall around you, where this year, not only are you in the castle, but you can also walk around the perimeter of the castle just to space everybody out. So we have the ice slides, just like we always do. We've got balconies, fountains, and the pixel wall, which have all been popular hits in the past that we've continued to incorporate in the castle. This year, we've also incorporated the Mystic Lightwalk Trail. The Lightwalk Trail is a quarter-mile trail. It kind of heads up the hill out back behind the castle. It's a beautiful walk throughout the woods. At night, it's all lit up. There's all different sections. There's thousands and thousands of lights on it, and it's really cool at night. At the end of the Mystic Lightwalk Trail, we have concession booth. You can get hot chocolate, cinnamon buns, and some other warm goods there to enjoy while you're walking around the castle. So yeah, we have a horse-drawn sleigh ride. We have 3 sleighs. They just rotate in and out and keep coming up to reload. It's a beautiful sleigh ride throughout the woods during the day, and then at night, just like the Lightwalk Trail, there's tons of lights, and it's really cool.
Horses up here are Smith & Wesson. They're Percheron draft horses. We actually came from Heber, Utah to do this for you. They're both 10 years old and weigh about 1,800 pounds and can pull about 3 to 4 times their body weight. But they did a great job at lighting it all up for you, and you almost feel like you're in a different world down here.
This year, we just incorporated a new feature, and that's the tubing hill. It's just 2 small, short runs. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really cool to build something and then watch people come through and admire what you've done. Kids and adults just kind of open up their eyes to a whole new world and something they've never seen before. We're the only ones to build a castle in this fashion, so it's something just really impressive and something that you definitely got to come see. A lot of people are just inside, and it's a great activity to come explore and come see the White Mountains and enjoy the winter. Dress warm and wear good boots and you'll have a great time.
This year, we learned about a Fall River legend, the chow mein sandwich, which attracts foodies from all over the country. Let's head back and meet up with Regina at Bison Restaurant. Come on.
My name is Regina Ma, co-owner of Bison Restaurant in Fall River, Massachusetts. Bison been in business over 70 years, but I've been in this business close to 50 years. I'm born and raised in Hong Kong. I came to this country in 1972. I came here as a bride. And when I first come to this country, I learned from the scratch. My husband started when he was 10 years old. First, when he came to this country, and he learned how to peel onion, and then, of course, you wash dishes. Actually, my husband graduated from UMass Dartmouth, not before it was called SMU, and he graduated as an electrical engineer, but he's cooking. It's nice to get an education, but at that time, my in-law had so much hope to have the business continue. You learn what you do and try to do your best. The chow mein sandwich, a lot of people, they never tried it. A lot of people ask me and call up, give me one of those burger noodles. Customers come all over different states, California, Chicago. In Massachusetts, through the New England area, we had a lot. And we're pretty much involved with the whole neighborhood. I'm very blessed, and they're kind to us. I don't treat my customer like my customer. It's more like my friend and family. When you love your business, that shows. A human being, you can feel it. When you give back a little bit to be kind with one another, it's very nice.
We'll be right back.
We've been all over New England, met so many great people and animals, and tried so many new things. There's still so much to explore, and we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us and let us know what you think makes New England simply amazing. We could be coming to a town near you.
Hey gang, welcome back. Just down the road in Fall River is historic Harleys Pies, run by Amy and her family. Since we filmed that segment, I've been back many times. I even bought the mug, no lie. Come on, let's check it out.
I am Amy Johnson. We are at Hartley's Original Pork Pies in Fall River. Hartley's is really cool. It's authentic, it's old-fashioned, it's comfort food, it's really delicious. We are known for our pork pies. We've been making them for 121 years. It's just ground pork, salt, pepper, and a little bit of gravy inside. Simple and delicious. The chicken pies, our little ones have peas and carrots, chicken and gravy. The French meat pie has ground pork, ground hamburger, mashed potatoes. Buffalo chicken pie has hot sauce, a little bit of blue cheese. It's a little spicy, but it's delicious. It's one of my favorites. We make a homemade chili pie. We also make a salmon pie, salmon and potatoes. I think I'm forgetting one. Pork, chorizo. It's ground chorizo, chopped up onions and peppers. We bake as we sell throughout the day. We usually do about 300 large pies a day, 2 to 3 times a week. And then the small pies, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we start off with a minimum of 800 small pies. My father-in-law purchased the business in the mid to late 70s and has owned and operated since then. Kevin's been working here since he was 8 years old. So he's been here a really, really long time. It's just a family thing. We just, most husbands and wives can't work together. It works. I run the front of the house, Kevin runs the back of the house, and Jasmine here with us as well. My mom works here with us. It's just family. We're just family doing our family thing. If you like what you do and you have heart, you don't mind doing it at all. You'll put everything plus more into it. I love the customers that come in. I treat them with respect, and that's what people really need nowadays. It's really cool to see that the younger generations, young generations, they love the pies. And it's like, wow, that's just super cool. It makes you feel really good. You're doing something right.
Next up, it's time to party. We're heading back to Isco, Providence's first distillery since Prohibition. Since we visited, Manya told us that they've opened up their indoor tasting room just in time for winter. Let's go get some drinks.
We are the Industrious Spirits Company, Providence's first post-Prohibition distillery. We make spirits. We make sustainably sourced vodka, gin, bourbon, and specialty spirits here.
The reason that we were the first distillery in Providence all had to do with regulation. In 2016, I think, was the last time that a law was changed that basically allowed us to come into being, and we're excited about that. There should be more of us.
We do everything here from scratch. If you look at our total square footage, we are a tiny, tiny facility, and we make everything from here.
From literally bags of milled corn all the way to a finished bottle of spirit, it all happens in that room.
We do all of our mashing, our fermenting, our distilling, our barreling, our bottling.
We label each bottle, and each bottle is then placed into a case for distribution, either right to our tasting room or out into the liquor stores all over the state.
Everything is completely manual. There are no fancy computers or anything like that.
All of our equipment is operated by hand, so we don't have anything that will automate our temperatures or our processes at all.
It's all done by Dan and I. It's all done with these, 4 hands.
Every few minutes, you have to take a sample, you have to quantify it, figure out if you're running too fast, running too slow, and we do this all with our brains and eyes. Anything that comes off, I can taste and smell, and if I don't like it, we don't use it. If anyone on the team is like, this is a little funny, and we take great lengths to make sure that everything that we serve is incredible and delicious.
It's a labor of love, and it's intense labor, but it's so rewarding and so fulfilling to be connected to the product through so many steps, and then to see it leave the distillery in a bottle is pretty rewarding itself.
Every new product we create is a small release out of our tasting room, and then depending upon how it's received by the public, we will decide to start doing a large batch. We had our Meteor, which is our kick on Fireball. We had our barrel rested gin right now. Seems to be a very popular thing that people like, and so we're doing more of that.
The site that we're now on was a functioning steel yard for over 100 years. It made structural and ornamental steel, and that's actually what we named our first 2 products, our vodka and gin, after.
We call it our structural vodka because it really is what everything else is based upon. And our ornamental gin is made from the same base as our structural vodka.
The ornamental piece is the artistic piece. It's the just for beauty piece, the pleasure piece, the bringing community together piece. And both of those things are equally important to us here. We always planned on having an outdoor space, but we didn't quite realize how quickly our outdoor space would grow into what it is. We just kept adding a little more, till we had this totally amazing giant outdoor location. We started doing live music shows, so we're really excited about what we're doing on the patio and the vibes that are there. It's gonna be a good summer. We just got 3 more slushy machines.
I have friends who joke that I must bounce into work smiling every day, and I kind of do. I still pinch myself to be a part of this team, and growing something in the city that I love, in the city that I grew up in. The idea that it's the first distillery in Providence since Prohibition is just such a cool historical connection.
This is my dream. Like, this is what I've been working towards for 16 years, sending myself to school and taking classes and interning at other distilleries. That allowed me to be a part of this, and I'm super grateful about it too. We're always making new things and trying to see what people like, and if people like it, we're just gonna make more of it. So if you keep drinking it, I'll keep making it.
Stick around, bros. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Over the past year, Chef Nick has prepared some truly stellar dishes, but out of all of them, one reigns supreme. Hot honey fried chicken. Sorry. Let's check it out.
Keep on Cookin' with Nick Rabar is brought to you by Wines and More in Cranston, Rhode Island.
What's up, Southern New England? It's your old pal, Nick Rabar. We're here in Rumford, Rhode Island at my flagship Avenue N location to make hot honey fried chicken. Fried chicken is one of the simplest but most delicious things you can ever make at home. The way I like to do it is start with a brine. So I've got 3 different types of chicken here. I've got the breast, the thigh, and the wing. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of buttermilk. That's gonna add a touch of acidity and tenderize the chicken. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of granulated sugar, some kosher salt, and of course a little bit of hot sauce. Now we're gonna mix this chicken up, make sure that all that hot sauce and buttermilk, sugar and salt is nice and equally dispersed throughout all of those beautiful cuts of poultry. Now we're gonna let that sit for about 30 minutes, and while that's happening, we're gonna jump over here and mix up some flour. To start, I'm gonna put in a little bit of onion powder, some smoked paprika, and I love to use the smoked paprika. It adds a great depth of flavor. Then I'm gonna put in some garlic granules, some cracked black pepper, some dried oregano, and around Rumford, this is the holy grail, Rumford baking powder. Rumford baking powder was invented right here in this building in the 1800s. It's an incredible American product. Hundreds of years of food tradition, we're keeping it alive right here today. Breading is really the key to making great fried chicken. See how much I have here? I have quite a bit of flour. You really want to leave plenty of room. Now, we're gonna go into this mix over here. This is a little bit of cracked egg and whole milk. And from that point, we're gonna go back into the flour. By going back into the flour, we're gonna have a beautiful exterior that's gonna crisp up stunningly when it goes swimming in that oil. And now that we're all breaded, let's get to work. I've got it cooking at about 325 degrees right now, and I'm gonna go in with just enough so that they comfortably swim without overloading the pot. Plus, if you put too much in, you're gonna cool down that oil. Look at that potion just stewing. We're gonna let it go for 7 to 8 minutes till it's cooked all the way through. Important not to mess with it, guys, all right? But don't be afraid to just check a little piece, make sure that it's not getting too dark on you. But for the most part, let it just do its thing. Some people like the sound of the birds, maybe a little river running in the background, not me. The sound of hot simmering oil is the only thing that soothes this piece. The tongs, you can get a good grip on it. Take them out. Just be careful not to break the crust. If it's nice and crispy, it should hold, should be firm. We're gonna go onto this perforated tray here. Fried chicken is simple. It's chicken, flour, and egg, but there's a whole bunch of little tips that separate it from good fried chicken to great fried chicken. And that, my friends, is fried chicken. Rule of thumb, whenever anything comes out of the fryer, a little pinch of salt is gonna help it crisp up that much more. From here, you can do anything you want, but I'm simply gonna drizzle a little bit of spicy honey on top. And I'm just mesmerized right now by that. And that is hot honey fried chicken. That's a wrap here from Rumford. Thanks for watching, everybody, and until we meet again, keep on cooking.
Hello, my name is Krasi Lafour, and I'm the Fine Wine Manager here at Wines & More in Cranston, Rhode Island. Today I have a wine recommendation for you that will be a great match to Chef Nick's honey fried chicken. Let's look at his dish first. We have a little bit of sweetness from the honey, we have increased amount of fat from the frying, and we have a medium body meat, the chicken. We could choose a dry wine or a semi-sweet wine that will balance the honey, and we need a wine with a good amount of acidity to balance the increased amount of fat from the frying. My recommendation is this elegant Riesling from the classic region of Mosel, Germany, St. Urbanshof Nick Weiss Bockstein Cabinet. On the nose there's incredible minerality, stone fruits, and peaches. On the palate, this wine is semi-sweet with more flavors of riper peaches, honeysuckle, and lemon. It's just delicious. Cheers, and we hope to see you soon here at Wines & More in Cranston, Rhode Island.
Well, that wraps it up for us. We've had a fantastic time discovering all of the wonderful places to eat, drink, and play in New England. And we can't wait for another year full of adventure. So if you've got great places that we shouldn't miss, let us know on Instagram and maybe we'll see you there. Happy New Year!
Simply Southern New England is brought to you by Harbor One Bank. With you in banking and life.